In space black.
Thank you.
This stuff ain't cheap, huh? $2,699 for the M3 Pro. To think the M3 Max is like $2,000 more plus tax. Don't get me wrong, I really wanted the M3 Max, but it was literally out of stock, which is wild. But for now, we literally have the 3 generations of Apple Silicon. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of exciting. Let's actually unbox this baby right here. You know what's interesting is that now the base model M3 Pro comes with 18 gigabytes of unified memory. That's pretty cool. Let's just quickly unbox this puppy up. It's always nice. All right, space black baby. Let's see this. Oh yeah, space black is like the color. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, this is very, very nice. Reminds me a lot of the midnight blue. Fingerprints already, totally normal. That's the thing with these coats. But yeah. And finally, Apple always listens to us. Look at this. Finally, a fully braided USB-C cable, space black, and with the black tip. That's why I say finally. That's pretty freaking cool. If you guys have taken a look at my previous reviews, that's something I've asked for. So that's always nice. Very nice cable. So the stickers, hopefully you have space black stickers. Let's take a look at that. Yes, okay, so that's always nice. Awesome. And we've got a 70-watt power brick. So that's always cool. So yeah, this wraps it all up pretty well. But now, let's talk about this new color. Okay, so the new color. I think out of all of us, this is something all year is going to love. The black space finish is actually really good looking. From the top panel, the keyboard surface, the screen, its sides and bottom panel, everything blends extremely well. The only 2 caveats to this color at the time of recording is that, well, I'm not quite sure how well this will age, and this only comes with the M3 Pro and the M3 Max models. Space gray only exists in the base model, and space black replaces that with the new M3 Pro and M3 Max chips. So like the midnight blue, this here is a black anodized coating. Judging by the first few manipulations I've done with this laptop, fingerprints might just be an issue like the M2 Air. Solving that just means that you just gotta clean it more often. It's really not that big of a deal if you are someone that truly loves their colors. I'm obviously the type of person to go silver. I think silver MacBooks look so good, but space black is just honestly a very enticing color, a lot more than what I was expecting it to be. It's black, but not too black to the point that it doesn't catch reflections. Like, the color is still able to shape the laptop and give it an overall look. Luckily, the keyboard surface though is still a black anodized aluminum inset. I think the contrast between space black and the black of the keyboard really gives you a good idea of what this new color looks like. I like it. I like that this contrast still exists and doesn't fade away because of this new black. Okay, so on my end, like I said, I am mostly interested on the M3 Max. I also think I might just get the regular M3 as well, because that might just be a laptop worth testing for devs. That's also a 3nm chip, clocked at 4.05 GHz, and is said to be up to 20% faster than the standard M2 chip according to Apple. So the new M3 now fully replaces the 13-inch MacBook Pro with Touch Bar. That's a laptop that no longer sells at Apple, and the M3 Pro and M3 Max correspondingly replaces their M2 predecessors. But why do I think the M3 Max is the go-to? I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the news, but apparently the M3 Max is actually scary fast. No, but honestly, I think Max Tech ran his own benchmarks a few days ago. He got a 3,151 single-core score and a multi-core score of 21,084 for the M3 Max. Just to put that into perspective with his own results, that is 45% faster than last gen's M2 Max in terms of multi-core scores. Like, this thing destroys the MSI GE78 laptop, a Windows laptop that needs to be plugged in to unleash its full power output. Just by itself, for someone like me, was really enticing. The killer part is that comparing Geekbench scores with something like the M2 Ultra, a chip that was released a few months ago, the Max is almost as fast. We're talking about a chip that lives in a Mac Studio and in a Mac Pro. For me, a 14-inch laptop with this much power, being able to output it without being plugged in, on the go, that's music to my ears. It can be a full-blown portable production studio for our videos, something I'm going to be needing more and more as we travel and we make these crazy videos. And that's why I think the M3 Max is king. On paper, I think this is the best chip to get for someone like myself and game developers. Also, like Apple stated, the M3 chips represent the biggest leap forward in graphics architecture ever for Apple Silicon. Just like we saw dynamic memory allocation between RAM and storage, Apple now has dynamic caching allocation for GPUs. Listen to this, a system crafted to dynamically manage local memory usage in hardware that guarantees that each task utilizes precisely the required amount of memory in real time. This optimization enhances GPU utilization on average to boost performance for things like demanding professional applications and games. Plus, with hardware accelerated ray tracing, they say game developers can finally use it to develop more accurate shadows, reflections, and more efficient geometry processing. With all this being said, it's important to know that I'm a long-term Apple Silicon user. More specifically, I've been using all the M Pro base model laptops since 2021. I got my M1 Pro when it first came out. This thing has been amazing. It then got replaced with my silver M2 Pro, and now I'm replacing it with the M3 Pro in space black. But not for long. You see, the M3 Pro, in my opinion, it's not worth the upgrade. The M3 Pro is around 9% faster than the M2 Pro and around 33% faster than the M1 Pro. I quickly ran these tests within Geekbench and these were the results we got. Keep in mind the M3 Pro is equipped with 11 cores, the M2 Pro with 12 cores, and the M1 Pro has an 8-core CPU. Basically, the M3 Pro sits sort of in the middle in cores, and even though it uses a better 3nm processor from TSMC compared to the M2 Pro's 5nm, based on the overall numbers and specs, I don't think the overall performance improvement is that significant. Apple also mentioned that the M3 Pro has 25% less memory bandwidth and one less GPU core compared to the M2 Pro. However, the base model now delivers 18GB of RAM, better GPU technology, and a new 600 nits of peak brightness for standard SDR content. So is this a laptop for most of you? Mainly regarding the M3 Max and M3 Pro, of course. Most likely not. Maybe just maybe, the M3 chip might be a great option for developers. I'm talking to web developers and mobile devs. That's a laptop that seems very appealing and I'm looking forward to compare it to the MacBook Air. I think the target audience behind this event includes powerhouse consumers, people that incrementally need to seek for more power every year in order to keep up with the advancements of cameras, development tools, softwares of any kind. I personally don't recommend you getting these new laptops if you don't fall within that category, unless you maybe have an Intel-based MacBook Pro you'd like to upgrade, of course. At the end of the day, the constant online comparison between M1, M2, and M3 serves to illustrate that M1 computers are still so good that people might not feel the need to upgrade. I think that's the most important message. If you're a MacBook Pro user and you have the itch to upgrade, don't do it because of the color, do it because you need it, and always check out the refurbished website to get great deals instead. Look, it's so early to tell. This is why I'm doing a brief first look into these machines. I'm going to Austria next week to drive on the Red Bull Ring. I'm hoping to take the M3 Max with me in order to produce a few videos there. So stay tuned for that. A day in the life in Austria with the MacBook is coming Once that's done, I think I'll be making an M1 versus M2 versus M3 video. It's time for a proper guide so I can save you guys some money and headaches. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk soon and stay tuned for the next couple of weeks. It'll be a movie.